Okay. So today's topic, we are going to learn about the connections between sheets into dashboard. Okay. So when we say dashboard, dashboard is made up of sheets and tablet. Now, like, let's say, for example, here we have got sheet 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So let's say we have created 5 views, and all these views should be placed in one systematic format or a particular visualization, what we call it as like tab, that is dashboard. Okay. So when I click on dashboard, okay, so this is the interface of dashboard. So today we are going to see about the interface of dashboard and along with that, the connectivity of sheets into the dashboard. Okay. So when I click on dashboard, by default, we find this view where it has got the size of minimum and maximum of like pixel size, that is width and height of the particular dashboard, template or dashboard, if I say like range. When I click on range, when I click on automatic, okay. So this is the whole size of your dashboard. Now, in the sheets, we have observed here we have got dimensions and measures. But when we say in dashboard, it is divided into 4 sections, right? The first section goes with your dashboard and the layout. Okay. See, this is the height and width of this particular current screen. What you are seeing is of the dashboard screen. When I click on dashboard here in the first section, you'll find default. Another one is phone. So let's say you want to create your visualization, that is create your dashboard in form of phone size. So you can click on phone. Okay. So we have got the phone. If I click on edit layout, you see fit all, fit width, and default option we have got. Okay. And when I say optimize layout, so what do you mean by optimize layout is I can customize the size of my height or height of my phone size. So by this way, I can see that my phone size is getting increased. So again, it depends upon the end user, what kind of device an end user is going to use it. And according to that, we are going to set on the phone. When I say default, default goes with your screen size, would be related to your laptop, your desktop, or we have got some more options here. If I click on device preview, see by default, then we have got desktop size. Under desktop, we have got the monitor size. So monitor would be desktop monitor, iPad Pro 12.9 inch, medium desktop monitor, and large. According to that, it will increase the size, that is height and width of the dashboard. Okay. So if I click on add desktop layout, so by default, it takes the desktop layout here. If I choose tablet, so here we have got list of tablets by default size of the lab tablets. If this is meeting our expectations, our client's device, then we are going to choose this appropriate options. Any one which is suitable. According to that, we are going to use. You see, it is increasing the size. The changes you'll find it here. Let's say Fire HD 10. So this would be the size of that particular. Why we should set this size? The reason behind is according to the size only, your dashboard will be displayed. So what will be displayed in the dashboard? As I said, dashboard is made up of sheets. At the last corner, when I scroll down, I got the dashboard title. When I click on it, we have got this dashboard title. Okay. And there are two things. One is tilt or tile or floating. The second one is floating. When you say tilt, what it does it means is when you double click on the sheet or you drag the sheet. Here also it is a drag and drop where I'm dragging the sheet one. Right now, this particular tablet size is going with the sheet one. I can directly place my sheets horizontal or vertical level. Okay. So whichever sheets you want to showcase, you can just drag and place it in the tiled one. But when I am saying that instead of tiled, if I'm using float, okay. So, all right, wait, instead of device preview, we will go for, let's say default. Okay, this is default. Now you see if I drag the sheet 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, So in the floating, what happens? You see, it is floating. The sheets are floating. What does the floating means here? You can rearrange according to your height and width of your visualization once you create it. Okay. So this is your by default what you are going to use it. So when I say fixed size, what do you mean by fixed size? Here you can use like full screen, laptop browser, web page embedded, lock embedded, right? So it depends on what scale or what level you want to create your dashboard and send your files to the end user. Okay. If I say A4 size portrait, so it will take the size of A4 size portrait. Okay. So it depends according to the end user's screen size. All right. Now we will learn the part of that is connectivity between the sheets and dashboard. So how it, what is the connectivity here? Okay. So there is a thumb rule where, for example, let's create a view so that we'll get an idea. Now let's create a dashboard, a whole dashboard only. We'll create a report. Right? Okay. So we'll see with the side by side how to create the reports and how to use in the dashboard. Now, let's say in this database, let's say we are working this dashboard for a sales team. Okay. So I can name this as like global sales. Okay. Global sales, or you can say state level. Okay. As this data is only for US, sales by states. So for that, what we need to do, we need to create a view where we can showcase the sales information. So in this view, we have created the sales. Let's drag the profit into the column. Now we have created one of the sheet. Now when I come to the dashboard, you see, I can drag the sheet here. Okay. So if I keep on type, if I drag it, it will take the whole space. That is the difference. In the floating, what you're doing, you are rearranging the sheet according to your requirement on the dashboard. Tiled is by default, it chooses the space. Okay. Now this is the first sheet. I'll click this, I'll close this. Now this is the profit, right click. I'll make it as like floating. Okay. And I'll close this. Now you see, this is my color legend, which I can use and place it wherever I want. This is one of the sheet. So when I'm saying color legend, when you click on this drill down key, okay, now you see it is showing auto layout. Auto layout is right now what you're able to view your profit information, that is the color formatting. Now when I say single row, I can bring it in a single row so that I can utilize less space and I can showcase the information. So let's say if I place it for time being here. Now I'll drag the sheet 2. I can place it here. Now if you see, the sheet 2 is blank. Okay. When I go back to the sheet 2, here I am creating a view where I am trying to showcase all my subcategories. This sales size and profit interference. So which kind of chart this is called as? This is word cloud chart. This is called as word cloud chart. According to the size, it will start to showcase the names according to the sales size. This is word cloud chart. When I go to the dashboard 1 now, you see the connection, the relationship. So what we understood, any changes you make in sheets is going to reflect in dashboard, right? Any changes you make in sheets are going to reflect in dashboard. Okay. So for example, let's say on the dashboard, if I make the cheese. Monica, mute yourself if you are busy.
Sorry, sir.
Now here I have got sheet 2 here, right? I'll name this as like subcategory 6. Okay. Now if I'm naming this here, so it will reflect here. If I make changes here, it is going to reflect in your, okay. The best method is to rename the sheet from here rather than going and doing it changes here because this is within the code. Okay. So it is connected with your this names. Okay. If in the sheet 3, let's say, if I bring the sheet 3 over here and if I rename, okay, let me bring this here and this sheet 3 below. I'll rearrange and bring within this sheet, which should not overlap or place into the another sheet. Okay. Now let's say if I rename here, what happens? If I do it from here within the code, let's say here I'm comparing my sales versus profit. Click on apply. See, here it does not made any changes here. Okay. So the best practice is rename the sheets from here. Same thing, it will start to reflect here. Okay. Now let's say in this view, let's say I want to apply the filter from this sheet in the dashboard. I can bring it from here also, from the dashboard. So click on this particular sheet, click on this drill down key, and you see here you have got a filter option. So here I can bring the filter options. But right now, here we have got country and state, right? So if I bring the country, it does not make sense as we have got only one country of data. Okay. All right. Now sales versus profit analysis. Right now it is standard. If I make it entire view and leave it here. Okay. If I make it here. Now you see, let's create a scatter plot where I'm trying to showcase sales versus quantity. Let's say sales versus quantity, not profit. We'll show sales versus quantity for product name, different products. I can choose the simultaneously, click on show me and choose the appropriate chart which is suitable to our visualization, right? So here what we are trying to showcase, we are trying to showcase our sales and quantity. Okay. Now when I come back to the dashboard, you see it starts to reflect. Now here you see, here we have got the axis. So rather than showing axis on the view, we'll just remove this by right clicking and showing header. Now whatever the changes I am making on dashboard. Yes, I am making on the dashboard for a particular sheet, that is sheet 3, which is sales versus profit analysis. The changes what I made in Tableau, that is dashboard, when I come back to the sheet, you see it is changed. So what we came to know, the second rule, any changes you make in dashboard for a particular sheet will also make the changes in the sheets. Okay. And what was the first rule? Any first relationship? Any changes you make in sheets is going to, yeah, reflect in dashboard as well. Okay. This is the relation between sheets and dashboard. It is vice versa. Any changes you make in a particular sheet for on a dashboard will going to make change into your sheets also. Any changes you make in sheets are going to reflect in dashboard. Okay, that is the relationship of your sheets into dashboard. Okay, now apart from the sheets and dashboard, we have got one more thing. That is now you see this is sideways. I can click on the sheet and make it entire view here also. Rather than going into the sheet and making it, so I can use this all my shortcut key toolbar over here. Anush? Okay, now I was talking about story. So what is story? Story is made up of sheets and dashboard. Okay. What is story? Story is made up of sheets and dashboard. What is dashboard? Dashboard is made up of sheets. Story is made up of sheets and dashboards both. Okay, I can bring the dashboard whole one also. I can bring the respective sheet also. Okay. I can bring the respective sheet also. Let's say here I want to showcase the story on sheet 4. So I can write the summary view or anything it is which you are going to create in sheet 4. So here you are creating your slides. This will speak only about sheet 4. When I click here, add caption, I can name this as like overview. Okay. What I can give this name as sales overview analysis. That is whatever the year is. Let's say this data is from 2022, 2024. This one. Okay. I can shift here also. So first I can showcase the dashboard. And let's say you want to discuss with the client on summary view as well. So on a particular sheet also. So it will display this one. Okay. If I click on this, right now this is empty. Here, when you click it, you'll find it. So when we use the story, when you have, insights with you, when you want to narrate the whole, dashboard with the analysis or the end result, what you want to showcase, in that case, what you do is you make use of story. Okay. So that comes under your story. So story is made up of sheets and dashboards both. Okay. So what is, if someone asks you what is dashboard, dashboard is made up of sheets. Story is made up of sheets and dashboard. Both we can showcase in one, that is story. Clear? All right. Let's say I want to showcase this in the whole view. I'll go to the analysis, totals, column grand total. Now here, in this view, we are showing the categories with the sum of sales. So when you come to the part of dashboard, make it entire view, so it will display here. When I come to the story, you see now, we have got summary view here, what we had, right? Here is sales overview analysis. Okay, clear? Is it clear till here? This is how you connect. Now, one more thing. Now, if I talk a relationship between stories with the dashboards and the sheets. So what we have seen, any changes you make in sheets were reflecting in dashboard. Any changes you are making in dashboard will reflect in your sheets. But in part of story, any changes if you make in story will not change or it will not affect in your dashboard or sheet. See, for example, let's say if I hide this, exclude this. So I've excluded the whole category, right? Now I've got only two categories, office supplies and technology. Furniture got hidden. But when I come back to the dashboard, you see if there is a change, any change. See, here it is reflecting furniture still. Yes. Same thing. I'll go to the sheet. See, no changes. Got it? No changes. So it is better whenever you want to make changes into the sheets or a dashboard. Okay. Now we'll see vice versa. Okay. I have revised the changes. I've got all the information now. Okay. Now let's see what happens if I make the changes in sheets. If the same changes I'm making in the sheet, let's say I'm clicking on exclude. I have excluded one of the category. When I come back to the dashboard, you see, there is no furniture. When I go to the story, see, it made the changes. So what we understood, any changes you make in story will not make a change into your dashboard or sheets. But the same case, if I make changes in dashboard, it will change into the sheets also and story. Clear? Saima, is it clear? Monica, is it clear?
Yes, sir, clear.
Yes, sir, it's clear.
Okay, fine. So this is how you create your dashboard in connectivity. That is the relationship what we have seen today is with your dashboard. Now coming to the depth part of dashboard with the interface. Now when I say dashboard, you see we have got here dashboard tab itself. Yes, at the top you have got file, data, worksheet, dashboard, story. So we can make use of this dashboard tab. Let's clear this dashboard and we'll see from the scratch of the interface of dashboard tab. Now you see when I click on dashboard, I've got device layouts here also, and from here also I can make the change. Show the grid. If you want to show the grid, you can create the grid. If you want to remove it, remove it. Now you have got format. What do you mean by format? Let's say you want to change the background of your dashboard with the colors. So I can make change it here, right? I can choose the appropriate color which is suitable to your visualization. Okay. So this is your default colors you are going to choose. Now dashboard title. Let's say you want to make it bold. So if you make the settings from the formatting tab only, so it will be easy for the next dashboards when you're going to use, it will use the same font, same color, same size. Okay. That is what we are going to set it here. Let's say Tableau bold, black, bold. Now alignment, let's make it center. Let's say my dashboard title should be placed in the center. Okay, let me bring it so that we'll get an idea where it is. See, this is dashboard bold. This is what we are doing the format. If I make it, see, change the color. Right now I have used bold color, 18 size of Tableau bold. If I use semi bold, now if I choose this, see, right? So it is setting your font type. Alignment is center. If I make it automatic, or if I make it right hand side, left hand side, center, I can change it here. Shading. So what do you mean by shading? This is related to your dashboard title, shade. Okay. Now see font color. Font color is black. If I make it black, it will be opposite to it. Okay. So never ever keep your dashboard title as black, because if the client or the end user wants to take the printout of it, it does not make sense if it is taking a black and white print. Okay. So if you see, that is the reason why your dashboards, professional dashboards are basically, reports are basically in white color. Yes. Hardly you'll find it as like, different colors. Again, it depends like, what kind of dashboards you are creating, whether you are creating on websites or you are working for any company, right? In that case, every company has got their font size, font type, font color, their logos should be used as per their guidelines. Okay. Now, coming to the part of shading, we have seen border. If I want to create a slight border for it, so just choose it. So this creates a border for your title. Okay. Same thing, worksheet titles. What are worksheet titles? Whatever the sheets you're going to drag, like let's say sales by this, sales. Now this is your titles. These are called as like sales by, these are what? Your titles. Now if I have to make the changes individually, it goes like individually I need to make the changes. So it is better before dragging the sheet only, you set the formatting so that it gets applied to everyone. Let's see an example. Now if I come to the worksheet title, make it 15 and bold. See, every sheet got title with bold. Yes, let me change the color, you'll get an idea. See, all the sheet at once it gets applied. So it saves the time. And this is the best standardized method to follow, right? So that it gets applied the same to every sheet. Clear? Same thing it goes with shading. If you want to apply the shading, apply it. If you don't want, don't apply. But it gets applied to every sheet. Okay, text objects. What do you mean by objects? Let's say you bring the logos into the view. Let's say this is the dashboard what we are creating. And let's take an example. So let's take our logo. Let's say if I copy this, I'll copy this image and I will take this image. All right. Now in this case, I'm resizing it. Okay. Save this. Let's say I'm saving this on desktop for time being. I'll name this as logo. Save. close it. Okay. Now I have to bring the object. How to bring the object? You see, we've got so many objects options. We are going to see one by one in next session. Today we are going to see with the interface and the relationship between the sheets. So let's say I want to bring the image. That is nothing but your object. When I double click on image, say we'll get a pop-up window to choose the file. So I'll go to the desktop. I'll choose the logo. Click on open. Fit image, center image, apply. Right. Now the same thing, I want to place it at the top. So I'll just drag it and place it at the top. So I can again resize. See, this is the template. How it works from it. Okay. Now in this case, you see it is going haphazard. I'm not able to properly, create, place my dashboard. Okay. So whatever it is necessary, we'll keep it. The ones which are not necessary, we can remove. Right. Now you see we have got horizontal container and vertical container. So if I bring a vertical container and resize this. Let's say I want to place this logo at the corner. Okay. Keep in mind, whenever you're using logos, it should be at a correct size. You can't crop the logo. Okay. Any logo, because, right, as it is a company's brand, right? Image, brand image. So you can't make that effective. All right. Okay. So by this way, we can rearrange your dashboard. What was it? This. So what is the first step? We'll bring the title. Then this is the container. What is the container means? Right? If I say remove container, I can bring horizontal container or vertical container at a first place. Vertical means your charts will be one below the other. Horizontal container, if I bring the horizontal container, see, I'll show you the below. What do you mean by horizontal container? First, let's remove whatever the containers will be. Now, we'll see one by one. Let's say if I want to bring the horizontal container. Now, anything what is drag, it will be in horizontal. It will get pasted in horizontal. Okay. Okay, 1 second. We This is the dashboard and this is one view. The same thing, again, if I bring the image here. Same. I'm bringing my horizontal image at the top. Here, what I can do, I can place it here in my dashboard title. So now I can easily make use of this container. Right? So with the help of this container, I can place the sheets or blocks. Now let's say I want to only showcase this. I want to remove this size. I'll just close this. Here you see it is taking the whole space. So instead of that, we'll make this as floating. Right click, pull down key, float. Now rearrange this. Right click, floating order, bring forward, keep this, and place this. Right now it is in container. Okay, if I say remove container, I'll get only my, yes, what we call this colors card, right? Colors card. Here I can now make a layout of single row. Let's arrange in single row. I can double click this and remove the name. I can just keep it for time being. Why I'm doing this, I'll show you. See, let's say I'll change this into, I'll remove this. Click on OK. So there is no name right now. Right click. If I go with format legends, as the background is black, I need to make my font white. Yes, for the body as well and for title. Let's make it golden. See, it started to reflect. If I raise the size, instead of W book, I'll make it gold. Now what we did, we made one more change. That was we have removed the profit name. Yes. So in that case, what I can do, for that, I'll bring the text. Double click and write profit. Why I'm doing this, I'll show you how it is helpful by writing this separate rather than in the legend. Let's make this as floating. Remove container and let's make this as floating. When I say floating, see, I can resize it whatever the size I want. Previously, it was by default fixed into the size of what? The color star, right? The legend. Now right click, format text box. It is left. If you want, make it center. Okay. Now right click, edit text, select this, make it white. Click on. Got it? So to make it flexible and use it very well. Same thing, most of the time dashboards title are also used by this way only. Okay. Dashboard titles are also used by this way, with the help of text. So that you can replace it wherever you want. Exactly. Okay. So this is how your sheets are placed onto the dashboard. Let's say you want to bring the color legend card for this also. So click on this reversal triangle, go to the legends, bring the color and profit. Right click, remove container if you want, right click, float. So by the use of floating, I can just place it. So this profit is showing according to your view. This profit is showing according to the subcategories with the sum of sales. Yes. But if you see when you said profit color, I have choose the same colors only. Try to use the same colors for particular legend or a particular field what you are putting. Now you see when I go to the dashboard format, when you say objects here, I've got the objects where I can bring left and center. Okay. When I click this, I can apply here. Let's say if I make it white, gold, worksheet titles here, gold, one, gold. Right click here, format legends, gold. Right click, layout, single gold. Got it? It starts to correct. So when you present it, this is the systematic way where you can showcase your now title is white, as we have kept the white background. So we have to make the opposite color or use the another color. Then only your dashboard will be clear, right? So this is what we have seen with the relationship between sheets, dashboards and sheets, then sheets, dashboard and stories. Okay, that is the relationship and the way how what is the interface of Tableau dashboard. So it is divided into three parts. Tomorrow we are going to learn in detail about these objectives and detail about all these options, how to use it, and applying the filters on the dashboard front, where you can apply all the filters at the top and make it work across all the sheets. That's why we use all those options. Apply to the worksheets. Which are those? Tell me. Which are the apply to the worksheets options when you apply filters? Which are those? Apply to the sheet. Okay. It is not applied to the sheet, Baba. It is, see, when you bring the filters, click on all, applied, okay. When I say, like you see, apply to the worksheets, all using only this worksheet means by default it is applied. Selected worksheet means the sheets which you are selecting to connect with this particular sales versus profit analysis sheet, right? All using this data source. All using this means the current sample superstore orders. The another one is all using related data source. When you have got multiple data sources and we have got a common field in both the data sources, then it gets applied across both the data source created sheets. Make sense? Clear, Saima, Monica, Karthik, Kulbhushan?
Yes, sir.
All right. Okay. So I'll be sharing this recording. Go through it, practice it, and send me your Tableau public links once you practice. Okay.